Values determine how people act. They can be identified and followed, identified and ignored, or not identified, but developed by the way people choose to get things done on their own. Organizations should purposefully identify values, especially those relating to how people will be treated and how decisions will be made, rather than allowing them to develop by default. Values help determine and mold an organization's identity and worldview. Here's what to think about when developing organizational values. Choose a few clear values. Less is better than more. If your organization has too many values, you lose track of what they are and how to apply them. If your leaders can't link the application of your values to business goals, such as productivity or safety, then don't include them. Having values is a waste of time and resources if they don't tie to the same kinds of metrics as sales, quality, and other ongoing initiatives. Choosing words isn't the answer. Everyone I've asked has said that they could run their organizations relying on communication, respect, integrity, and excellence as their key principles. Those were Enron's values. It's clear those words didn't work there. Values must be linked to behavior that can be clearly defined. We set sales goals by choosing a number. When we say we must operate with respect, we need to define a behavioral profile as to what that means in daily interactions. To relate values to behaviors, ask your team or survey your organization about what the values really mean. Using respect as an example, they'll tell you clearly what constitutes respect in terms of daily interactions. After defining your values, it's important that the organization apply them at all times, even when it's not convenient to do so. Are the values talked about, or are they written about? Ideally, the answer should be both. We learn from what we see, hear, and experience. And if values aren't talked about routinely, they'll be like subjects we study and cram for and then forget. Values are meaningful only if they're part of our daily work lives, not tools in the woodshed that we search for when we have to do an occasional repair. If you want your values to have meaning, then measure them. That is, once values are introduced and tracked to specific behaviors, use surveys or other indicators to ensure they're being followed.